There we
Oh,
go.
there we go. Cool.
I'm sorry, Chad. My apologies. I'm not a super professional guy here. I'm dripping sweat, as you can see. I mean,
You're all good.
it's
You got
not
the
that I'm
fan.
nervous. It's just like, man, this is corduroy, nice shirt, kind of got a deal on it. Feel pretty good about it.
Where are you calling me from?
Orange County.
Orange County. Okay. Yeah, you're just right down the road.
Yeah, just right down the hill there.
I'm here in Pasadena.
Ooh.
If you can hear a bunch of gardeners and construction, that's because that's all Pasadena is.
Well, that's good though. That means that there's a good amount of grass there. You know, it's nice. It's what's the word? Plush, right?
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good adjective to use.
Yeah, I just moved here about like maybe 4 months ago, and man, I'm just like blown away by how much gardeners there are. I'm like, every day there's just gardeners going crazy.
That's yeah, that's not nice to wake up to the, you know, like a lawn being mowed. No, it's not a.
Yeah, I eventually told my landlord, I was like, what if I did the gardening instead of having to be woken up on the Fridays? Yeah.
I'm assuming it didn't go over well. It wasn't.
No, he said yeah. He said yeah.
Okay.
He's like, why don't we wait for like a couple months, like to do this, and we'll fix the house up, and then you could take over. So I was like, cool. That's my whole gripe with Pasadena. I think people need to do their own gardening.
That's
Just
it.
go outside. You know, it's a beautiful day.
Some people enjoy doing the lawn though. It's like it's like a thing. I don't see that very like around me at all, that people enjoy doing their own lawns, but I know that people do take passion in it. Yeah. Maybe that's just like the new law that you gotta petition, like, just let's all just do some lawn care. All ourselves.
Do some lawn care. It's for your mental health. You know, it's relaxing. It gives you something to take care of.
Clarity. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you already sold me on it. I'm signing the petition. I'm already in. Yeah.
Totally.
Where'd you move from? Where were you before?
I was out in I don't know if you know where Mount Washington is.
I've heard of it. I'm not too familiar with the area.
Yeah. It's like a little mountain or a hill or whatever that's like in Highland Park area.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I moved out of there.
Man, what was the final deciding factor? You're like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta get out of the mountain.
Well, we technically, the owners hit us up and told us that we were.
Did you just wait to a neighbor? You just
hey, how's it going? No, we have some construction going on in the back. So
I mean, at least you're friendly with it. People never wave anymore, Chad. That's the issue.
I waved to
all my neighbors, and like when we first moved here, it was like I'd wave and like, do I know that guy? You know, like that was the initial reaction.
Right.
And then I don't know. And then now it's
you gotta force it upon people. Everyone wants to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be the leader. You gotta be like, hey, we're gonna be nice here.
You gotta be trailblazing. You gotta be like, all right, I'm taking the first step here. But some people got on board with it. Like, okay, that's the guy that waves, you know.
I have a crazy bee. I think it's gone.
I mean, you're out there, man. That's Pasadena right there for you.
Definitely.
It's the lawn.
All right, buddy. Watch out. Okay. I had to save a bumblebee the other day on my porch. He was like dying, and I like came out with a little cap full of sugar water and made him drink it.
I
already knew.
You're first responder.
Yeah. I think that's why that bee left me alone. He was like, "Oh, that's that guy." Wait, no, he's still not.
He's like, is that not the homie that helped out?
Is that a wasp? I just hope it's not a wasp.
Oh boy.
Can you see it?
No.
Whoa. Oh my God. Dude, just go away. Okay. This is a good interview, right?
No, this is good. I'm sweating profusely, you know. I got this going on. We got a wasp. This is real life. This is just what it is. Oh my gosh. Corduroy shirt. Bad move. Woo.
This should just be the whole interview. It's just
This
me
is it.
going, "Whoa, is that a bee? Oh,
This is what the people want to see. This will get a lot of views. I can already tell. I mean, hits alone. Yeah.
okay. So me, the on a Mount Washington house,
Mhm.
the owners actually, they asked us to. I was living there for about 8 years, and I had my studio there and everything. And then the owners actually told us they were going to sell the house, and so they essentially kicked us out after 8 years. And the funny part was that I was not the funny part. The shitty part was I was literally going into the hospital, like right when I got that message, and I had texted them and I was like, "Hey, I'm going in the hospital right now. Can this wait?" And then I mean, you know, frankly, after that, I was out because the hospital put me out. And I think that we had talked about this because you were asking, "Hey, can we do this interview?" And I was like on my deathbed. I was like, "Dude, I'm like dying. I'm
I'm sorry.
sorry."
I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, let me bug you. You can it was pneumonia, correct? If I'm not
It was
mistaken.
pneumonia, but we also found out that it might have been due to the house being not poorly taken care of.
So while
So
you're dealing with this illness, I'm like, hey man,
yeah.
what's going on? I'm sorry,
Whoa!
Chad.
Oh, that's a fly.
I'm gonna let the people know. I do ask people at the most inconvenient times. So if I ever ask you to be on the podcast, if you're listening to it, I'm sorry. I don't
Oh my
I don't
God,
intend to be screwing people over like this.
no, dude, no, it's
Oh
all good.
man.
I was just like, I felt so bad. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like this is still going on, and like,
No, it's all good. I'm
yeah,
glad to
yeah,
see that
I
you're up and moving though.
yeah,
It's
I'm up
it's
and
good.
moving. Yeah, it
It's
was like
great.
I had a pneumonia that was like from basically my house that I was living in for eight years, and yeah. So when I got out of the hospital, I never went back to that house. I
Oh
just
wow.
immediately came here,
You
and I
never
was like,
you never stepped foot back in the house?
never, no,
Whoa.
yeah. When
That's wild.
I know, and I had to have all my friends move everything for me. You know, like I couldn't lift boxes, I couldn't, nothing like that,
Sure,
because I was out of the
sure.
hospital. Because when you're out of the hospital, they don't let you do anything like that once you're
Yeah.
discharged. So yeah, it was a crazy time. That
Wow,
was like
man.
the beginning of the year. But now I'm here. I'm here in Pasadena, and I got a beautiful porch. Uh,
Porches
I
are
got
underrated for sure. Just
yeah,
across the board. That's just a fact.
I got a lot of gardeners. Uh,
That's gonna be changed with the new proposition. No, we're working on that.
yeah, yeah. Do your
We're
own gardening.
still people
But
will be
yeah,
like, "What's this? What's this all about?" This
yeah,
changing of policy.
yeah, yeah. What do you
That
mean, do my own gardening?
what is this? What does this guy want? That's that must have been a strange feeling. Like, when did you
Oh, it
come to
was
the
the most
realization?
psychedelic.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you're like, I'm never gonna step foot in that house again. When did that come into mind for you?
I mean, I knew that once I had sent that message, that I was like, oh, like I can't like move out. I'm like going in the hospital. Like, can we push this a couple months? You know,
Yeah.
like, which is such a funny message to send to your landlord. You know, like, hey, buddy, like this isn't gonna work for me. Uh, but yeah, once I did that, and then I was like basically out. Um, they they slapped a bunch of like things on my girlfriend, and they were like, oh no, you got to get out like in a week or something like that. So it was like this scramble while I was
Wow.
asleep. It was a scramble to figure out what to do and where are we going and all that stuff. So by the time it was like right before I got out, it was like I found this place. You know, we have this place. But definitely it was so psychedelic. I mean, I was so glad to never go back to that house. I miss my studio. I'm building a new one. But I'm so glad I did not go back in that hellhole. Like, that was insane. Plus, my old house had like maybe 50 stairs up to it. And by the time I got out of the hospital, there was no way I would have been able to make it up those stairs.
Yeah, even to walk it, let alone carrying shit up and down,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. No,
Oh
no, because
man.
when you get out, you gotta rehab. Like, you have to like,
Sure, build yourself back up to
yeah,
where
like
you even normally
I had
would.
to like walk like 30 minutes every day, 3 times a day, just right when I got out, like just to like get that going again.
They push you to work. They're like, hey, wake up, man. It's time. We gotta, all right.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Everyone moved
So
out all your stuff. You kind of you slipped your way through of not moving anything into the new house. Now you gotta do some stuff, Chad.
yeah,
You
definitely.
somehow weaseled your way out of not doing anything
Yeah.
for the move. Oh
Yeah.
man,
Thankfully I have such amazing friends and everybody.
it sounds like it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're finally doing this and we're able to
We're
do this. And
doing
you're
this and
healthy,
I'm
man.
here. Yeah, it was like a fluke thing, like, don't live in a condemned house, like
Well,
it can fuck you up.
yeah, yes, yeah, I could.
Yeah. And you can
Uh,
know what it's like to be like a 60-year-old man, not doing so well in the hospital.
sure.
It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the whole duration of the illness, like from like beginning to end? Like how was that? What was the
Oh,
duration?
I want to say 3 or 4 months. Yeah,
Wow.
because I had pneumonia for 2 months, and then right at the very end, um, basically I got word. I won't go into too much details because it's kind of gross, but towards the end, um, I got word from a health official or doctor. I don't know what I'm saying.
No,
A doctor.
a health official. That's
Yeah,
also that's a synonym for doctor, health official.
yeah, yeah.
Who else would
A
be an
doctor
official?
told me I
It'd be
needed to
doctor, yeah.
go. Wait, what'd you say?
No, no, I'm just saying, like, if you said health official and just kept it moving, people would be like a doctor. Like, who else would be a health
Yeah,
official? Like,
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
knew.
A
Yeah,
doctor.
dude,
Yeah.
you're just
So
new
I got
lexicons, new bills. You're
yeah.
on it, Chad.
Health
Love it, man.
officials, no more doctor talk. Do your own lawn. Okay, so yeah, I got a word from a doctor that I need to go to a hospital. He essentially like took one look at me after those 2 months. I was like, I'm still not getting better, but I think I am. And he was like, you gotta go to a hospital and they're gonna do this and this and this. And like he like named everything that they did, essentially.
And
And yeah, I got there and then I spent a month in the hospital, another month. And that was just basically recovering. They like basically wanted me to stop coughing. It was like with pneumonia, you're just like coughing all the time, and you're just destroying your body by coughing. And essentially that's why they put me out, was just like, you got to stop coughing, go to sleep. And yeah, then a month later they were like, wow, you're doing you're this is going a lot faster than we thought. And I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go on tour. Like, I literally was like, I gotta go. Like, even when I woke up like out of the intubation that they put me in, I like texted Charles and Ty and I was like, hey, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, but I think I'm gonna be ready for tour. And they were like, dude, we canceled that one. Like, you're good, don't worry. But I definitely was just like, I gotta get out of here. Like, I gotta tour. And lo and behold, I did. I mean, after, yeah,
it's
got out
fantastic.
about 2 months later. Yeah, then I toured.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did it feel to get back in that saddle and you're like, all right, it's fucking time. It's this is it.
It was, it was a little scary at first. I think, when right before touring, it was like, Man, like I don't know, you like it's a psychological thing. You're like, I don't know what I have to offer for like 500 plus people, like sitting in a crowd, like I'm just trying to live, like I don't know. But then after the first show, it was like just back in it. Like it was immediately just back in it, and like Ty and Charles and everybody we toured with was just like the best to be. It was so therapeutic, and I think me and Ty took a drive to San Francisco when we were playing our first show, and it was like I talked about it the whole way. Like I filled him in on everything that happens. And we got to the show and I was like, all right, I'm gonna make a post finally where I'm just gonna say, hey, I was in the hospital, because like the last thing I had said was like, sorry, we're canceling these tours, but I have pneumonia, and I was getting all these messages for months being like, are you okay? Like, is Fuzz okay? Like, what's going on?
Are you okay? Will you do the podcast? Yeah, messages like that. Sure.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
heartfelt shit. Sure.
So yeah, I like told them, I was like, I'm gonna make this post, I'm just gonna say, hey, I was in the hospital and now I'm not, whatever. And I did that. And then I don't know, we just collectively as a band were kind of like, are we done talking about this? Like they were kind of like looking at me like, do you want to keep talking about this? And I was like, nah, let's just not talk about it anymore. And then we didn't. It was just like we did the tour and that was just so amazing. It just was like I didn't want to think about that crap. It was like I worked so hard to like not be there anymore and not be sick. And so it was like immediately just I'm back, I mean, not immediately, like it definitely I got better through time. Like by the end of the month, I was like, yeah, I'm moving a lot more and yeah. But yeah, I think
Wow.
yeah, by the end and I would say the beginning too, it's just kind of like back in the saddle and I couldn't have wanted it any other way.
Awesome. And it was a Fuzz, the most recent Fuzz tour, correct?
The most recent Fuzz story, yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. Man,
Yeah,
jumping right back in, feet first.
totally, man.
Yeah. Did you feel like, all right, this feels normal, or you're like, was the gratitude just like amplified? Like, oh shit, like here I am fucking doing it again. Like, here we are.
It was like I just wanted to do what I knew how to do. I mean, there was like moments I think for me, it was like and this is before I cut all my hair off. As you
Yeah, I
can
mean,
tell, I cut.
but yeah, you look good, by the way, man.
Thank you.
I was gonna get to that, but then you're like, oh, let me just address it now. I'm trying to
No,
do like nice little transitions into stuff, but no, it does
right.
look good, dude. It does.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does it
Yeah,
feel?
no, this
It
is
feels good though, huh? Because it getting rid of all
it
that
feels
weight.
great. Yeah, no, it was like, I was like I just wanted to like get back into the things of like things I knew how to do. It was like head banging, the hair and everything. And but there would be moments, like after I get off the stage, be like, am I okay? Like,
A
should
little
I?
winded.
I'm like texting my doctors, like, am I cool to like headbang? And they're
Got to
like,
ask the
yeah,
health
you're.
officials. Sure,
Yeah, the health
it's
officials,
needed. Sure.
exactly. I was
Mm-hmm.
texting my health officials.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like relearning, but the will was there. It was just like I wanted to do it, and so yeah,
So you
I
did
did
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Um, how often does like the audience's feedback like play into how you play, or does it ever? Like, if they're like bouncing off the walls, or they're just kind of really getting into it, does it ever feed into like how you're playing?
Definitely, I would say that's more apparent though at the like smaller shows. Like I think that's just kind of the life of most musicians, I would say like most rock and rollers right now. I think maybe the I don't know what it's like for these like new TikTok bands who have like never toured and are suddenly playing to like 2,000, 5,000 people, you know, but like, you know, now it's like it'll be like you'll go from a show where it's like you go big to small, you know, and I that's just kind of that's what it is with the most hey, how's it going?
You're the man
Um
about town, dude. You're the mayor of the block for sure. You're like, hey, what's going on over here?
just saying hello.
Dude, it's good.
Um
I love to see that. I feel like you're in like a true neighbor. I don't even think you're in LA, honestly. You haven't convinced me of it. Everyone's been super nice. You know, you're
oh
waving, you're
yeah, no
outside.
man.
No, you're
Pasadena is a whole different thing, man. This is this is Halloween Michael Myers territory, man. This
oh, for
is
sure. Yeah. Yeah,
this is Teen Wolf 2 situation. We have
absolutely.
beautiful craftsman homes everywhere, and you know, there's neighbors walking around, gardeners, you gotta wave, you gotta say hey, you
Sure.
know, looking out for the Michael Myers.
Hmm. That's, I
Um
mean, and if you're not, wherever you are, listener, I mean, just make sure your door's locked. Just really just keep an eye out.
yeah,
All
you
right.
have
This
to close. It's true. You do. You wave in the daytime, and then at nighttime,
and you peer out in the nighttime. You go, hey, all right.
you do.
Right. Yeah.
Literally, you hear one noise, and you're like,
Like,
"What?"
who is it? What's going on?
You know?
Especially you, because you're mayor of the block. You're like, whoa,
Yeah,
hold on. All right, let's cut the
yeah.
shit
And
here.
I have my cats jumping in these windows, and they're looking. You know, any sound, and
Mhm.
I'm looking too. I
Yeah.
turn the porch light off. It's a whole new game, man.
Dude, you're killing the lights. You're not letting him get the jump on you. You're like,
No, no, no. I'm like, you know,
and now we wait.
or we turn them on, or we turn them on. You know, it's like, who's
Mm.
there?
I feel like it's
Um,
more of like a oh shit, like from a killer standpoint. If like like you saw them coming, you turn off the lights, like
yeah.
I'm waiting for you, dude. Who's
Well,
the
I mean,
predator?
we
Who's
have
the
the
prey?
automatic light. We
Mhm.
have the automatic light when if anyone comes down the driveway, there's an automatic light, and then I flip the other light. I flip. Oh, I'm not gonna. My address is right there.
No,
So
no, no. But rest assured, wherever he is, whatever that
yeah,
address is, it's
don't
yeah.
try to recognize this door. There's a bunch of them. Um. Anyways, what am I saying? The small shows. Yeah.
Oh, we
Okay.
talk about small
I think
shows, yeah.
I think it's I think it's a thing. You know, with I don't think I wonder how it was for like Led Zeppelin and stuff like that, like rock and rollers back in the day where they only played stadiums and only played that kind of stuff. Cause like for me, I do still kind of have I like the humbling experience of like going from playing 1,000 cap room. You just sold out the fucking 1,000 cap room. And then the next day you play the like 250 cap room, you know, and it's like kids are right in your face and they're like head banging and dying, you know, and it's like I, to answer your question, long answer short.
That was on me though
Yeah, I
too,
think
Chad.
those are the
It's
times
not
that
just you. It was on me too. We got off on a tangent,
yeah,
murders in the neighborhood and whatnot. No, uh, but you enjoyed the intimacy kind of
I
aspect of
do.
it.
I think there's those times. I mean, and you know, if any of my bandmates are listening, I'm sure they're scoffing at me because I definitely have my moments of being like, "Oh, we're playing where? Oh God!" oh," and then I'm wrong, you know, and I love being wrong. I like get there, and it's like, you know, so so much energy, and I think it's hard to not feel that, you know. And so my some of my favorite shows are those like smaller shows where you can intimately see like and you're backstage like did you see like this person and this person, man, they were making me go so crazy like tonight, you know. It's like that, you know. It's I love seeing the like crowds and there's always the cool person, you know. It's like or it's like some like older lady with like blue hair that just like doesn't care about getting kicked in the face like constantly. It's just like head banging and you're like, fuck yeah. You know, you notice those things when you're on stage. You really do.
Sure, because I mean you're looking out onto everybody, right? And you're like, look at that guy, look at this woman, look at
Totally. And I think it calls for a better show. I think if people want a good show, it's kind of like a back and forth dance between the performer and the fan. It's like I mean that's what I think, at least.
you
That's
gotta
what I've
reciprocate
noticed.
that mutual energy.
I've definitely noticed, it's like it's always the weird. There are the shows where people just stand there and they just look at you, and you're like you finish the song and then there's like an uproar of applause. And you're like, what? Like, okay, cool. I mean, I'm not expecting everyone to move around all the time, but it is those like shows where it's like there's just energy going on and people are so excited, and you're like, all right, I am too. Yeah, I'm going crazy as well. Yeah.
As you say it so monotonely, like, all right, let's fucking do this.
This isn't my fault. I told this to my friend Emily the other day. She said, it's so good to see you. And I was like, yeah, it's good to see you too. And she like mocked what I said. And I was like, this isn't my fault. I have resting monotone voice, I think. Or no, resting unenthused voice.
Yeah. Just like, no, I was really glad to get out of the hospital. It was really
I'm like, I'm so excited right now. And everyone was like,
let me tell you
what?
this, I'm lucky to be alive.
I should be a politician.
Just straight face, dude.
Yeah.
Just no glimmer of
I am
anything.
lucky to be alive. No more lawns. No more lawn cutting. Cut your own lawn.
I don't know, dude. I mean, you went a little bit too far out there with the no lawns. I don't know. Maybe reel it back a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, lawns we got to take care of.
Yeah.
Um,
say hello to your neighbors.
That's and just do it, listeners. If you think, you know what, I should probably wave to, such and such down the street, do it, because it elicits a response of either hey or like, what the fuck is that guy doing? So it's just both.
Look, everybody likes attention. Okay. Everybody gets on their phone and they take a picture of themselves and they want to see how much attention they get. Everybody likes attention. Okay, just give people attention sometimes. Ask them how their day is. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, that's it. Go knock on your neighbor's door. Say, hey, can I come in? I want to see the house. Yeah. Just be friendly.
Get in there.
Get in that house. No, we are not condoning that. Especially with this new proposition, we can't be having none of that funny business going on. Going back to shows though, what was kind of like one of the most weirdest kind of or odd or out of place kind of things you've seen from the stage out into the crowd? Like, whoa, like what's going on there? Like something just kind of out
shows of in my entire life of shows.
Yeah. Of being up on stage and something that struck you as odd, like, whoa, why is that happening?
That's a lot of years you're talking.
I know, man. I'm
15 years
from a big pool.
Well, I think I always tell this story because I've gotten this question before, but I think I always end up telling this. There was a Meatbodies show. Excuse me. I don't care about burps.
No, it's fine. Dude, it's all genuine here, Chad. You know that we're not professional or nothing, all right? I'm hitting you up when you're, in the hospital. This is not a regimented scheduling. You're all good, please.
I'm burping. Yeah, I know. I burp, okay?
We're all human. We all do it.
We're all human. It's okay. Okay, yeah. So there's this Meatbodies show years back. We got asked to play in Tofino, Canada. I don't know if you know where that is.
No, I never even heard of it.
Makes sense. Tofino, Canada is part of the Vancouver Islands. No, I don't know. I can't remember the name. I'm butchering it.
It's right.
Um,
It's
but
it's in the islands. It's in the
if you go, yeah, you have to go to Vancouver, and then you got to take a ferry over to this random part of, like, you have to go west,
okay.
and then you keep going west, kind of like you're going to Alaska. And there's beaches there, there's communities there. It's insane. It's
Rad.
beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Like, I'm sure if you had an amazing telescope, you could probably see like parts of like the Olympia forest or whatever it's called,
Mhm.
the that that like part of um Washington. I'm forgetting my names. I'm fucking this whole thing up.
Oh, you're
Anyways,
good. You're good. Anyways,
yeah,
you're out there. You're on the ferry. You're moving out. You're going out to
yeah,
the
yeah.
island.
We like it, we had to take, it took about maybe a day and a half just to get out there. You know, it's
Wow.
like flying there, and then we actually got picked up by my old friend Pierce McGarry,
Ah,
who
yes.
from Mac DeMarco. He
Sure.
was he was like, I told him that we were coming out there, and he was like, I'll go with you. I'll pick you up in my Astro van. And we were like, cool. So we got in his van, and we like drove all the way to Tofino. And then the next day we had this show. It's like this brewing company wanted to do this. They were paying us money to do this random show. And we were like, dude, who the fuck is gonna be out here in Tofino, a brewing company? Like, what is happening? Anyways, it was fucking packed. It was like the one of the biggest shows I've ever played, maybe one of the biggest shows Meatbodies has played. Um, and we're like getting into it. It's a daytime festival, you know. It's like we're like Slipknot. We're we're like in the sun. You like that joke, right? That's a good
No,
one,
no, I
right?
know. I love it. Yeah.
You know, Slipknot always played in the daytime.
No, yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. A lot of pictures,
Um,
a lot of videos I've seen of people sharing it online and such. Yeah, yeah. That's a really interesting point there.
all the Slipknot shit.
Dang.
It's just daytime,
No,
kegs,
that's yeah.
sweat,
Hmm.
the darkest band in the daytime.
Wow.
Um, so we're Slipknotting,
Yeah.
and we're at a brewing company, so we should have had kegs on the stage. And then this dude crowd surfs, and I think he was actually part of he worked at the brewing company or something. And he gets on stage, and he has this beard like down to his knees. I don't know. It was so long. It was like the
Mhm.
longest beard. It was comically long. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And it was this big long beard, and he's like, yeah, like at the crowd. And we're kind of looking at him like, yeah, dude, okay. And then he takes out this razor, and he just starts shaving off his beard. He's just buzzing it off, and he's throwing his beard into the
Oh,
crowd, and all this hair is like flowing in the wind. And I think he's shirtless, you know, and he's just like, he brought an electric razor on stage, and he's shaving his beard off, and it's flying into the crowd. And we're just kind of like, okay, like, what? Do I sing here? Do I keep watching? Like, uh, I would say, yeah, that would be one of the craziest things I've seen
that's a
on
premeditated shaving. He's like,
premeditative shaving. He was like, I'm going to
that's.
shave on the stage,
He's like, I'm
but I'm
gonna
going to
save it.
crowd surf to the stage. Yeah, that was pretty up there. I'm trying to think of anything else.
I mean, that's pretty monumental. That'll stick in your brain for
Yeah,
sure.
this last Fuzz tour, there was spider, like there was this thing where people kept getting on stage and wouldn't leave, and we kept asking them to leave, you know, like we'd be like, all right, cool, you can come on stage, you know, like who cares. But like then they would be like, they're just like won't leaving. And you know, Ty is just like, dude, he's like drumming, he's like, dude, get off. Like, go, you know. And so there was this one guy, he got on stage. It was one of those smaller ones where it was
Mhm.
like the crowd's crazy, they're right in your face, and you're
Your
like, damn.
favorites, one of your
Yeah,
favorites.
totally. And this guy gets on stage and he's wearing a Spider-Man mask. And um Ty like hands him a drumstick while he's drumming, and he starts like smashing along with us, or maybe it was like during the little breakdown part in Fuzz's fourth where Ty like I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Anyways,
Spider-Man's in it though. You guys
Spider-Man's in it.
You guys are
And
kind of
then
DOCing it. DOCing it. That's how you
sure, yeah,
pluralize that. Sure, you get
season.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
DOCing it. Just two
So
drummers.
he's on stage and he won't leave, and then so eventually Ty just starts making this chant on the mic. He's just like, "Go Spidey, go, go!" And then everyone's yelling, "Go Spidey, go!" And we're just waiting for this Spider-Man to get off the stage. And we're like, "No, actually, go, go, jump, go!" It's been like 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. These are terrible, I think.
No, I love it. You got
I
Spider-Man, you got Bearded Man from the brewery.
Bearded Man, Spider-Man. I'm trying to think. There's just so many. It's just always that one guy.
Sure.
Or gal. I mean, no, it's mostly it's just always that one dude who's just
yeah. Mm. Just
I got a Spider-Man mask on. There's like a dude that came to 2 of our shows that had a fucking tambourine. He like brought a tambourine and a harmonica, and then eventually like the second show he like came, he was like, "Dude, I'm back." And we were like, "Oh, great."
We weren't expecting you.
And then like it was so sad. He like got kicked out, and like the fucking crowd like smashed his tambourine. And they're like, "Get the tambourine guy out of here."
And then he's just getting like dragged out. He's like, "You wouldn't do this to Bob Dylan." And then
I think his vibe was just like, "Yeah, best show ever," or something. He's just like didn't care.
Did he have like the neck thing? Like
he had like the mutton chops. He had the neck thing.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, like for the harmonica.
I'm pretty sure. I don't want to be making things up, but I'm pretty sure he had the fucking neck thing.
Whatever that thing's called. There's a name for that thing. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, harmonica holder.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Health official.
Over the neck harmonica
holder.
Yeah.
Wow, man. I mean, you said 15 years of playing live.
I would say, I mean, I don't want to be like going too crazy on that. Maybe it's, I mean, I would say, playing live shows, I've been grinding it. I've been grinding since I was like 17, like 17, 15, something like that, like that's just like all I've ever known. It's just like playing in bands, playing shows, like, "Oh, where are we gonna play tonight?" And then like eventually that turned into like, "Wow, we're playing in LA." Do you hear the construction?
Yeah. That's at the Gardeners though, so I don't have a problem with
that. No, it's not the Gardeners right now.
No one's mowing the lawn.
They trade.
It's fine.
Trade.
It's you gotta changing of the guards. Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's just Pasadena stuff.
Pasadena construction. Gardeners. I have no, I don't want to say that because I don't want people to find my house.
They're narrowing it down. Do not go do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but then it's like eventually like, all right, we're playing in LA, oh wow, crazy. And then it turned into like, yeah, I'm going on tour. And then it's like, I would say I started touring in maybe like 2010, 2011. Wow. My first tour ever was when I was like 18, 19. And we had no idea what we were doing.
Who was that with?
I had a band called, I had a project called Hello, My Name is Chad. And my friend Corey Hansen from Wand, he was going to college at CalArts, and I was I had my band, like it was like rotating drummers, and like it was just like rotating drummers, and my friend Ethan Stickley, who he does visuals now, like he's done a lot of like visuals for Meatbodies and stuff like that. But I like approached Corey at school at a party. We were like drunk, and I was like, dude, I want to go on tour. Let's take Hello, My Name is Chad on tour. And he was like, let's do it. Like literally, I think that's literally what it was like. It was like two drunken idiots yelling in each other's faces, like super young, dumb idiots. And we like booked a tour. It was like we it would be like, yeah, we have a show in Santa Cruz, and then our next show is in San Francisco, and it's like a week away. So we'd play in like Santa Cruz, and then we were like, all right, what do we do now? And we just like crash at somebody's house, and we'd like all go to the grocery store and like make a giant bowl, and like all eat out of the bowl, and we're like, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? You know, and then like like we didn't know. I think
you're 18, 19 at this time.
Dude, what the hell? I think we like we took two cars. We didn't have a van. Took two cars. There was like a moment, I think we got like stranded in like Puget Sound for like a week or something, and it was like, how do we get home? Like I don't fucking know, man. Yeah. But I mean, like, you know, a couple years after that, it was like then I like started doing like full on, you know,
more legit touring. Tours. Yeah.
So what? That's like 10 years, and then like, yeah, I would say like 13, 14 years of
quite a bit, quite some time.
Maybe more. I mean, more of playing shows, and then like a touring, like yeah, a solid 10 years for sure.
So you're a certified rock star at this point.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't really know what that term really
that means. Like if
equates
you're playing
to anymore.
Well,
you know, like back in the day, the rock star was like, yeah, like I saw this interview with Gene Simmons and Henry Rollins, and he was like, there are no rock stars anymore. The rock stars are all hip hop stars, okay? But the hip hop stars, they talk about the money they have and all the girls that they're getting, and you're not allowed to do that in rock and roll anymore. And that's why no one cares about rock and roll. It's like, well, dude, yeah, there are no rock stars anymore. Like rock stars, like that shit died in the 80s, you know, like
let me just
rock
say
stars
this.
Now is like, what van are we gonna get? Yeah, this one is a little bit less money, but the AC doesn't work. And yeah, who can we bring? How much do you need for you to sell merch? Oh, we got to have a merch guy. Okay, it's like everything is, you do everything yourself.
Yeah, ran out sprinter vans. By the way, that was one of the best Gene Simmons impressions I've heard. Dude, let me just say that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny, the rock star thing. It's like, I think there's rockers still, but it's like no one could be rock stars. It's like everybody who wants to be has a completely skewed view of reality. Like fucking Machine Gun Kelly or something. It's like, yeah, I'm a rock star. It's like, dude, what? Like
I can't say anything bad about him, Chad, because he is coming on next week. So you know,
Machine Gun Kelly?
No, dude, I'm kidding, man. Oh. I mean, I would have him on. I would talk to him. I don't know what I'd ask him, but I would talk to him and be like, what's
it's just like a reality that I don't know anything about, you know. Like I think all of like my friends, my generation of music, we're all kind of like byproducts of the like Henry Rollins, Black Flag
get ethos. The van. Yeah,
you know, like there's no money, there's no fucking, you know, you gotta scrounge to find that money, you gotta scrounge to find the people that care, you gotta work for it, you know, like it's all about hard work. It's like, So when it's like, yeah, rock star, like, you know, you go to your parents, you go to your like in-laws house or something, and like, there's the rock star. It's like, yeah, sure.
Like, that's right, lady. I'm eating 7-Eleven pizzas.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. You
yeah,
know?
so you're, I mean, so you're obviously a millionaire from this point on. I mean, 14 years on the road. I mean,
Hell no.
you're a big chunk of change. I know that's a mansion
I
behind you.
mean, yes. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say yes, just to, you know, give people an illusion.
Yeah, I read the article on Forbes, dude. Yeah, you're
Yeah, yeah. This I just bought this Craftsman in Pasadena. It's no landlords involved at all. I am the landlord.
I am the lord of the land. Yeah.
This is my construction that I'm getting
I'm
done.
just building another house.
I am. Well, they actually are building another house in the back of my
Yeah,
house.
because you asked them to. I know. I understand.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yes. Yeah.
yeah. I
You're
was
the
like,
lord
I
of the
need a
land.
studio. So
This is a house studio. I thought you meant
yeah,
it's gonna be in
I
the
just have a
house.
separate
No.
unit in the back. It's a giant live room. It's got two booths. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
No, it's good. Yeah. And it's gonna be, you remember that show Live from Daryl's house? It was Daryl Hall.
No.
Dude, it was on VH1. I thought you were a rock star, dude. It was Live from Daryl's house.
Daryl Hall had a live from Daryl's house.
Yeah, I think it's called Live from Daryl's house, and he would have people on it like Joe Walsh and whatever, Kenny
What?
Loggins, stuff like. Yes, dude.
That sounds tight.
This is classic television. Anyways,
I
yeah,
want to watch that.
I'm just gonna finish the joke. That's where Daryl's new house is. That was gonna be the whole right back there, dude.
Back there. I'm not gonna show, my address would be in the way. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna show where it is. But
And
yeah.
Daryl's too. Daryl's house
At
as well.
Daryl's house. Yeah,
It's
we
like,
don't want to. We have to have discretion here.
we're not doxing anybody today.
Yeah, no.
No. What was the first legit tour? Was that with your time with Michael Cronin?
I would say definitely. I would say that's my first legit tour. It was
Was
like
that the tours that backed up right next to like the ones in Santa Cruz in a big bowl or whatever that you're eating out of? Was that like the transitional phase like to that?
you know, I hope you get Corey on the show and you say, you know, Chad told me about this big bowl that you guys ate out in Santa Cruz. He might get really mad. He'd be like, what the
Whose bowl was it? That's the
whose
issue.
bowl? Whose bowl?
Does he have the bowl? Did he mention the bowl? Does he have it? I've been looking for that bowl. It's not even about what was in the bowl. It's just the bowl itself. Very nice bowl.
Yeah. Wait, what was the question about Michael? Oh, how close was it?
Oh, I mean, yeah, like was that like
It was
the
like, okay,
first
so
legitimate one?
yeah, I would say it was like Corey got into Cal Arts and I was like always there just partying with him. And then it was like I was going to a different school. I was going to audio school. Like I was just getting my like degree and doing audio and recording and all that shit. And then there's like a certain point where I was like, I'm gonna go to Chicago. I'm gonna move to Chicago. I'm gonna go to this art school in Chicago. I'm gonna change my life. I'm a different dude. I'm gonna be a different person. I got a little Jar Jar Binks there.
Yeah, no, I mean that's just the schooling for you. You said
right.
I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna.
So
Anyway, so you're a nomad. You said, you know what? I'm changing my ways. I'm switching up the gears.
right.
I'm
So
going out.
I didn't get into that school. They gave me a thing. You're denied. The thing that I did get was an acceptance to Cal Arts. Like I got into Cal Arts for film. I think I was like, I wanted to do film. And right at that moment, it was like when, so I would say that tour that I was talking about was like kind of the beginning of when, well, that was like Corey's, when we had that talk, that was like his second, no, that was his first studio. So that was like towards the beginning of that. And then I would say like 4 years later, 3, 4, something, he was graduating along with Michael Cronin, because Cronin was in they were in bands together, and I was because I was in recording school.
Because you're
So
audio guy. Yeah.
I was
Yes.
audio guy, so
Mhm.
I was recording Corey and Michael Cronin's band, and they were getting out of school, and I got this message from Cronin, because I had known Cronin from like years prior when I was in high school. I didn't ever meet him, but I knew his band. He had like a couple different bands down in Orange County.
Laguna area, if I'm not mistaken.
Laguna area, along with Ty and Charles. Like they all had bands, and they all had like, and I played with Ty's band a couple times, my high school band. So I knew Cronin, and Cronin knew me. And so when he got the word that he was putting out his album, you know, he was going on tour for it, he needed a bass player. And so he sent me a message, and he was like, hey, I'm going, you know, we're touring. Do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, sure, totally. And then it was kind of this moment, it was like, well, you know, at that time I had been out of school, and that's why I was trying to go to other schools. I was out of school, and I was working. I was actually the sound guy for Funny or Die for like 2 years. I was like fuck man, I was like 21, and I'd be getting like these calls to go work with Billy Crystal and shit like that. And like I'd get shooed out by like Billy Crystal and Rob Reiner, and like fucking what's his name from that 70s show? I can't remember his
Ashton
name.
Kutcher.
No, I did
Topher
work with
Grace.
Ashton. I did work with Ashton. He was
Topher,
weird.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, he doesn't even take showers, man. He doesn't take showers. I don't trust a guy like that. Yeah, he like takes showers not regularly, like you and I, you know? Because I'm assuming that me and you are the same kind of dude that like showers every day. He doesn't.
Let me tell you, I have plethora of stories being the sound guy, work for those kind of things, of, you know, because these actors, these big name actors, they always have their lavs on. And so I'd have this pack, and I would just hear their conversations, their kooky conversations.
What was the kookiest conversation you heard?
I just remember like when I was working with Topher Grace, it was like we were doing this set, and like it was like a thing with Danny McBride and Topher Grace and something, and like every time when you're a sound guy, they're like, you know, this is me as a 20-year-old guy. I'm like 20. I'm like, yeah, I'm a sound guy. What is this job? Like, what the fuck?
I'm just trying to get to Chicago, get my school in.
Totally. I mean, I you know, I got paid a fair amount. Yeah, it was good money.
Okay, wait,
but I didn't know
fair. Like good. It's fair.
I mean, it was good. I mean, definitely, you know, like back in 2009, 2008 or some shit. It's like you could work 3 days out of the week, and then that's your rent, and you don't have to work, or 3 days out of the month, you know, like it's kind of like that, you know, it'd be like
still good, still very good.
I mean, by today's standards, you probably have to double it because rent's so crazy now. But yeah, no, it'd be like when you're a sound guy, you're sitting there, and they tell you get there at like 5 a.m. You're like, okay. You get there at 5, and you sit, and this is pre-iPhones, you know, this is like, I didn't have an iPhone. I had like a flip phone. What was I doing? So it's like you sit,
playing Snake, maybe
playing Snake, maybe reading a book. I don't fucking know.
Stimulating my mind, let my mind wander like an idiot, just letting my mind have thoughts.
They sit you there, and then it's like around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there'll be like sound, and it's like, oh shit, you know, and you got to get your fucking, it's like Death Stranding, you got to get your shit on and like all this shit. And then you come running, and you're like, yeah, and they're like, how fast can you like be ready? And it's like a minute, like you have to say how many minutes, like 2 minutes, you know. So there was this one time I was working in Topher Grace, and I was sitting there all day, and they came to me and like, so the director, he doesn't want any sound for the next maybe hour and a half. We'll tell you. We'll tell you when we need you. Okay. So it's like all of a sudden sound. I'm like, okay. And I had to get on this fucking ladder and like do this giant boom into this set piece. And they're like, how fast can you get? Yeah, how fast can you be ready? And I'm like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, because I gotta get the files all ready and all the shit.
You get up on the ladder.
I gotta get up on the ladder, and they're like, okay. And they're like, all right, 5 minutes. So then I hear Topher Grace on the thing. He was like, how long did the sound guy say? And they're like, five minutes. It's like 5 minutes. What does he need to do? Like, does sound really matter that much? He's like, I heard Steven Spielberg say once that sound was only like 80% of the movie. So can't we just do it without sound? Like, what can we? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it. It's like shit like that. Like, that's like the kind of shit I would hear. And then like you'd hear them talking, like directing the director. I actually don't want to do that because like shit like that. I don't know. It's like, these are the worst examples. It's like,
no, I know, dude.
Here's a better story. Here's the better story.
Let me just say this though. I did like that story though. I don't want you come, when we walk away from this, you think that was a bad story. I love the story. Topher Grace, that 70s show.
Topher Grace is weird. Here's a better story. This is the biggest one. So my first job ever. I had like, because I randomly got this job. Some people said something, hey, this guy knows how to do this, and I met with some like guy, and he was like, so you do sound, huh? Well, here's a bunch of shit, you go do it. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was kind of shadowing that guy for a couple jobs, and like my first job was like, it was a comedy Bang Bang or whatever that thing is. That dude, it was like an interview with the cast of Mr. Show, and I was like, holy fuck, like
David Cross.
Yeah,
and
so
Bob
cool,
Odenkirk.
So
it was a good show. Cool...
Yeah, it was amazing. So I was like, oh, this is like a great job. And then so I get a call, and they're like, and I'm living in Santa Clarita there. That's why I was like always going to CalArts and like hanging out, because I was living in Santa Clarita. And you can come here. My girlfriend's walking into the house, and she thought,
I thought that was a neighbor. And I was like, man,
no.
Hi.
Hi. She got groceries.
Hey, how are you? Was it radishes?
He asked if they're radishes.
They're beets.
They're beets.
Okay.
Giant beets.
No, those are good. Those are good at supper.
$1.99, she says.
Pretty good. Pretty good deal.
Okay, so I get the call. I'm in Santa Clarita. I get the call, and it's like, all right, today's your first solo gig. Like, you're doing the whole thing by yourself. It's pretty big. It's 3 days. There's going to be A-list actors everywhere. Are you up to it? And I was like, sure. I don't know. And they're like, okay, cool. Make sure to be there at this time, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right. So I get, I got another burp.
No, I was like, when is it coming? That was my question. I was like, man, I haven't heard one.
My dog mug. So I head out, and as a 20-year-old would, I fuck up. And I had never gone down. I'm from the 210 freeway. I'm off the 210 freeway my whole life. I had never gone down the 405. Like, I no need. Why would I ever go down the 405?
Sure. It's not your neck of the woods. You shouldn't. Yeah.
No. So they tell me a time to be there. I head out like when, and also there's no iPhones. You can't see how long it's going to take and whatever.
Maybe MapQuest. You ran out directions.
It was kind of the thing where like, it was like, you need to get an iPhone. It's like, iPhone? Like, only rich people have those. Like, that's insane.
I'm not Stephen Jobs. No.
Yeah. What? So I get on the 405, boom, traffic, of course. And I'm like, shit. And I'm like late to this fucking thing that's starring Billy Crystal, Rob Reiner, Helen Mirren, who else was on that thing? Fucking what's his name? The boxer.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson's on it. You know, there's all these fucking people, and it's 3 days. I'm late to this fucking thing.
And you're in traffic, and because
Yeah.
you're branching out, you're going outside of your neck of the woods.
Oh yeah.
You leave
So
home once, and you say, "I got to go back to Chicago. I can't with this shit.
I gotta get to Chicago, man."
Listen, I'm just trying to pay my way to Chicago. You know, it's just a bit stop for me.
My new life, my new career. So yeah, I'm getting the call. It's like, "Where the fuck are you?" And I'm like, dude, I'm almost there. I'm sorry. I don't know. And I show up and they're like, "You the sound guy?" I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm 20. And and they're like, "Okay, get in there. Like Billy Crystal like needs you now. He needs to be mic'd now." And I'm like, "Okay." So I get in there and it's like Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal like sitting in a chair, and they're like, "Oh, this fucking kid. You the sound guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Where the fuck were you?" And I was like, "I don't know. Yeah." And they're like, "All right, get this shit on. Get the shit on, kid." So I put all shit, and like the whole time. So we're doing this like video where Billy Crystal has gray hair. He's supposed to be a grampire. I'm just giving it away. The Funny or Die skit. It's called Grampires. He's like a grandpa vampire.
I'll look this up later on. Yeah.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up. I did the whole thing.
And you're 20.
I'm 20.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Or maybe 21 or something. I don't know.
Still.
So he has this gray hair. And his second day, I'm like, these guys hate me. And I'm like, I'm just gonna like fucking fuck with, like, break the ice here, and I'm just gonna like kind of fuck with it. So I go up to Billy and I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Crystal," like, he's like, "Huh? What?" And I'm like, "Can I get a picture with you? Like, I just want to, for my buddies, And he's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, kid." So we sit down and I like take a video with my flip phone or my like photo. And he's like, "Cool. All right." And now as I'm walking away, he's like, "Tell your friends I'm not actually gray." And I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Tell your friends this is a wig. I'm not actually gray." And I was like, "All right, cool."
I like how he stopped you. He's like, whoa, hold it. Come back here.
Yeah.
Disclose
tell your
to
friends.
them.
Anyways, this
comes with
maybe this is still a bad
this comes
story.
with an NTA. You got to sign this contract stating that you will verify that I am
Tell your
not
friends.
Hey.
So for if anyone's watching this, Billy Crystal doesn't have gray hair.
Man, dude, they got you by the balls on that contract, dude. You're still having to. What is the statute of limitations on that? When are you allowed to say it?
I mean, this is over 10 years ago.
We have to breach the contract at this
point. I just want to tell everyone, Billy Crystal, if you watch the Grampire skit on Funny or Die, rest in peace. I don't think Funny or Die does anything anymore. Billy Crystal doesn't have white hair or gray hair, whatever. He's a normal head of hair.
I don't know. I don't believe you. I don't know.
No, I'm
gonna look into it, dude.
To each his own.
Yeah. But this is all conspiracy theory, man. I'm not buying into this. No way, dude.
Anyways, to answer your question, I was like, I got into CalArts, and I was like, look, I also got asked to tour, and I was looking at the options because I got denied from Chicago, and I got into CalArts for film, and I was kind of looking at my options, and I was like, if I go to CalArts, I could end up at a job exactly like what I'm doing right now. Like I could be getting yelled at by Billy Crystal, or
Rob
Reiner,
just say,
Rob Reiner, or I could just say fuck it and just go on tour. And so I went on tour, and then I just never stopped.
And you're still doing it, man.
I'm still doing it. Yeah.
And just to be clear, the Funny or Die thing, not touring. Team event, the Funny or Die. So we're it's kind of reviving that. That's what you're still doing. No more touring. That's it.
I only
Touring's
do
done.
Funny or Die.
Only Funny or Die.
I've been trying to revamp it. And I worked with Will Ferrell for like a couple days.
Yeah, how was he?
Honestly, like the funniest guy. He's really nice for one. And two, it's like when he starts doing his thing, it's like it's kind of it's really hard to work. Like being the sound guy and like not shaking from laughing, you know, like he's insane. He's like a monster. It's just like it comes out of him. Like he's really fast. It's insane to watch him
Yeah,
go.
yeah, but is it Billy Crystal funny?
Billy Crystal is not funny, dude. I'm sorry, Billy.
It's a joke, Billy. It's a joke.
But he's he's an old man, dude. He was just like, why am
Not
I
an
doing
old
this
man with
fucking
gray
thing?
hair. He doesn't have a gray hair. I'll tell you that.
I don't have gray hair, okay? Why am I doing this fucking thing?
All right, Chad. I
Is
appreciate
this
you
it? Did I
coming
talk
on,
too
dude.
much?
No, dude, dude, this has been so fucking fun. And in to be serious for a moment, I am really glad to hear that you're back and you're healthy and you're touring. That's fucking awesome, man. That's like
Dude, thank
that's
you.
really great, dude. I'm so glad that we were able to do this, and I do want to have you on again. And
Sure, man.
so
Yeah,
next week,
bring me on. Yeah, like we can talk about anything. I talk about too much, I think.
dude,
I hate
no.
doing interviews because I'm like, why the fuck did I say all this shit? Like, oh my god, it's insane.
Everyone loves it, Chad. But listen, before I stop recording here, I'd like to wrap it up with some promo.
Oh, sure.
Meatbodies, music,
Mhm.
streaming everywhere. Whatever you listen to, whatever your platform is, that's where you can find it. Great videos, like we kind of hinted at earlier. That's on YouTube. Great official music videos. Those aren't just bootlegs. Those are all legit, straight from Billy Crystal himself. And you said today with all like the touring and shows and all this, everything, all this good stuff at Meatbodies Official Authentic on Instagram. That's
it's the Instagram. It's not authentic. No, it's official authentic. Yeah.
I wrote it.
Yeah.
That's
the gram.
I wanted to make sure. I was like, is it authentic? I did the same thing, but I was like, I gotta make sure I get this down properly. Official
get
authentic.
rid of it, man.
But we're not going to, because we're switching. Whoever's following Meatbodies Official Authentic is just gonna be following Funny or Die, because we're gonna be buying Funny or Die soon. So that'll be good.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're touring next month.
Well, you're actually, the Meatbodies are kicking off their tour tomorrow at the Echo.
No.
Los Angeles.
It's
when this comes
out.
Yeah. So
okay. Well,
so
yeah, tomorrow.
Are you prepared for that? It's gonna be fun.
I'm so prepared. We've been practicing constantly.
At the Echo, dude, it's gonna be rad. It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
No, but it does start tomorrow. So if you're in the Los Angeles area, go buy tickets for that if it's not already sold out. Because it's probably already sold out. You know, Billy Crystal is gonna be there.
And we're going all up the coast. And yeah, what else is fucking announced? We're doing the Desert Days thing,
which is fucking sick. Yeah, that's awesome. The lineup is stacked, but also you can buy the vinyl and go support these gentlemen by going to intheredrecords.com. That's the best place. 333. Most recent album. Banger.
Yeah.
Dylan Fujioka. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. Dylan.
The Vineyard alumni. I mean, heck of a dude. Love him. That's his biggest credit. He's like, he's been on the, after anybody's been on the podcast. That's
how was his interview? Good.
It was fantastic. We talked about the show, and he's not. He was a sound guy in a different sense for creating the whole soundtrack. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Good group of gentlemen. This
totally great guy.
Has. Yeah.
Totally great guy. Yeah.
And of course, Fuzz streaming everywhere. Also, you can find their vinyls at In the Red as well, and merch as well. There's merch for Meatbodies on In the Red Records?
I believe so. Yeah. And I think we are going to be like launching our own merch thing, but We're
Sick.
touring. We're touring right now. So
Yeah, so go
yeah.
go catch him. I mean, this is
Yeah.
it's gonna be sick. I know that you're prepared for tomorrow. It's gonna be rad. It's gonna be a really, really good turnout. I know it. It's gonna be fucking
Absolutely
sick.
prepared. This is what it looked like on July 8th. This is what it looked like out here.
Yep. This is definitely July 8th.
This is what I was wearing
And not
on July
June
8th.
14th. Not
Yeah,
that at all.
nah.
No. Is there anything else that we're missing though before we cut you loose here, Chad?
No. I mean, there are gonna be, I don't know by time this comes out if there'll be more to announce. I think there might be, I think there might be a Euro to announce, for all the Euro peeps that are constantly asking me when that's happening.
Sick.
But yeah, it's still almost finalized, and yeah, there's
All
just
right.
some
Awesome. Well,
stuff coming up.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited to hear you guys are back. Please go check out the Instagram to go find all the other tour dates for this tour that's being kicked off tomorrow. It's gonna be rad.
Oh,
Chad's
yeah.
excited for it. He's a little bit caught off guard because it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Definitely tomorrow.
Chad, man, you're the man. Thank you so
Dude,
much, dude. I'm
thank
gonna
you.
stop recording this. I'm gonna talk to you in a minute.
Okay, cool.
All right. Thank you, dude.